Good afternoon, parents and carers. My name is Miss Melvin. I am the Strategic Curriculum Lead at Hellifield Primary Academy, and I'm making this video here to show you how you can use knowledge organisers at home to help support the learning of your children and young people. I'm going to go through a few slides that we actually shared with the teachers when training them on how to create and use the knowledge organisers in the classroom. And I'm just going to give you some hints and tips about things that you could do at home to extend the learning of the children using these tools. So, knowledge organisers are used as a planning tool for teachers. They allow us to know what knowledge is key and essential in the year groups before and after. So teachers might go to year 4 if they're teaching year 4 and look back to year 3 to think, that's the key knowledge that they had to learn. Let's see if they've got all that key knowledge before I introduce the key knowledge for year 4's knowledge organiser. They also allow fluency in depth knowledge, and they allow children to remember more in each subject. So they make the teacher think hard about what will be taught when we make them. They allow us to extend the learning to yourselves at home, and they allow us to think about how we can support our children with SEND in the school. They're very image-based, so it allows everybody to be able to access the knowledge there. They help with the retrieval of knowledge, and that constant retrieval practice scientifically has shown will put knowledge into that long-term memory, which is, that's the fundamentals of learning, long-term memory retention. And here's a quote saying, the body of knowledge that children gain at the end of a topic should be deeper and wider than what is outlined in a knowledge organiser. And I think that's a key point there, because knowledge organisers are a window into what we'll teach at Hellifield. We're only teaching, the knowledge organisers capture a part of that, but of course we will extend that knowledge and learning beyond what is in this knowledge organiser. But we think it will be a really useful tool for you to use at home. So here is an example of a Year 1 Science Knowledge Organiser. As you can see, it is very visual. They have the different classifications of animals, clearly with the names and the pictures to go with that, so it's accessible to all the children. And you can see underneath they have the explanations of each of these different animal categories. Now, one game that we do in the school is that we play called it's Articulate. And basically what we'll get the children to do is one faces the board, one faces the other wall, and they have to explain the vocabulary without using the word, so that the children not facing the board can try and guess. So that is something that you can try out at home with your children. Some of these, like for example, where it says amphibians, it does go and say amphibians live in water. So if you're playing the game, you can say, right, this animal, it lives in water as babies, and in its land, they grow older. They have smooth, slimy skin. What animal group am I? And then the child can try and guess with you. And this will be a great way for you to see what they have learned in class, what they're yet to learn, or what the gaps are because maybe they were absent, and so on. So you can help fill those gaps or deepen that understanding with these knowledge organisers. So Articulate is a great way to do that. Another way to do it is you could cover up the explanations, and your children could say their own or write their own and see if it's accurate, if there's any misconceptions there also. And vice versa, you could cover up the names, so that instead of saying fish, and obviously covering up here also, you could see if the children can identify what animal group it is using their understanding. Here is a Year 1, again, Autumn 2 Geography Knowledge Organiser, very visual. It goes over the different physical aspects that they're going to learn, and it talks about some of the tools that they will use to learn about the geography of London. And this is the overarching question that you'll see on all geography and history knowledge organisers when it is a history term. It's got the key vocabulary here. So again, thinking about those games, Articulate, and also getting the children to write their own definitions of these vocabulary will really help deepen that knowledge. PSHE, again, has that key vocabulary, and it has key facts here. Now, the parts that are important are in bold, so they're the parts that we really want the children to take in. Going on to RE, you see similar things. It's all got the key questions for RE. How and why do we celebrate special and sacred times? So that's something that you can extend with your children. So of course, this is a snapshot of what they will learn in RE. They will learn more, and you can extend that even further with some home learning and discussions with your children. And here we have some French vocabulary and the skills. So they listen, they speak, they write, and they read the French. So this is going over all that key vocabulary and skills that they're going to do. And you can see here there's a big focus on grammar in the autumn term for French. So you can help practice those sounds with the children. And last but not least, we have the art knowledge organizer that the children will use throughout art days and different special days like the big draw and art lessons in the school. So this is something that, again, you can extend learning at home when they're doing any artwork. You can talk about the tone. Well, how is light and dark? How is your light in that piece of artwork you've done? What's the dark? Can you point to it for me? And really just extending that knowledge. So hopefully that has given you a little overview on how you can use the knowledge organisers at home. Every year groups will be underneath for each term. And if you need any more support with this, please do let me know. If you contact the office, I can get in touch with you. The children have been using these frequently since summer term last year, so they will know lots of ways that they use them in the class, and they can discuss that with you also.